company. Now then, kids across the country, all on their days out at the moment to the theatre, looking at Pantos, putting on their own school plays, of course. Now, one school has been criticised for reworking the Hansel and Gretel story into a modern-day tale that sees the brother and sister recast as present-day yobs who terrorise their neighbourhood in search of the gingerbread house. Now, but their teachers have defended this decision, saying that it's just a means of them addressing social problems that kids have to face these days. You know, interesting point. So should parents be worried about Pantos? You've been in Panto, about the message it's giving, about the kind of moral tales?
Well, first of all, I think we should leave the Pantos alone and stop messing with them. But I have to say, my Ollie, who's 3, my grandson is 3, and he's a strapping boy, you know, not frightened of anything, is terrified of Pantos, terrified of Santa Claus. And I just think, I wonder really, but then if you think about Pantos with the uglies, and you know, that's men dressed up as women, Dame, a man dressed up as women, and then you get Jack, and you get a giant on a funny little beanstalk. I mean, it is a bit bizarre, isn't it?
It's a bit frightening
and then the music and everything, so I can understand. And he gets really terrified of it, and so we can't take him yet. I mean, Keely said there's no point in him going this year, and we don't see it when you're in it, but sitting outside when you hear that music and, you know, and Captain Hook and with that great big hand, you know, oh, I'm frightened myself now.
Going and hissing.
There is really,
You know, when I went to my first, I only ever went once because I was frightened to death.
Oh,
you know,
really?
I sat there and I thought there's a big ugly woman who is a man, and then the man was dressed as a woman who then kissed another girl.
Well, that's true.
Which I thought, this is very confusing. You know, I didn't know what.
Now you see, Jane, they've stopped that now.
Have they really?
Yeah, principal boys are now boys.
Oh, are
They're
they?
not girls that are boys.
They?
Yes, no, they don't have boys.
Oh,
girls
no, they're not.
Oh, yes, they are.
But what about a moral message? You know, a lot of fairy tales and things have a moral message, because I thought you quite liked fairy tale.
Oh, well, I see, I used to. This is the thing, I was brainwashed with Cinderella.
Oh,
Cinderella? Yes, you see, because it said she met her prince, working-class girl. Met her prince, yes, and they lived happily ever after. What a load of tosh.
Yeah.
I think at 14 they should write another fairy tale that sees Cinderella 15 years on with 5 kids who's put on 4 stone. You know? And then he's run off with a milkmaid. Or, you know, or the man dressed as a woman, or whatever it can be. You know, I think there should be another follow-up when you're 14.
Get the reality check.
Reality check, yeah.
I don't know. I think I was never a lover of Panto when I was little, because actually the first one I went to, I think, was probably too young, and it frightened me, which was Captain Hook and the crocodile and the ticking thing. I used to always think was under my bed. But I don't know. I think parents, you know your own child, don't you? And I think we worry too much about, you know, what messages are they getting? It's fantasy, you know. We all grew up as quite balanced, normal people.
Yes.
Well, some of us. Only a few.
It is funny. My Jake used to be scared of Santa Claus. I used to queue for hours at those blooming little boozing department stores, and he'd be like really excited when he was about 3. Queue for about an hour and a half, stand there, and then we'd be next in line. He'd go, "Oh, I'd be like, get in there! I've been standing here for an hour." But no, he went to his first Panto outing with his school, his whole school, and they all came back. And I said to Mrs. Pomeroy, the head, and I said, "Did they love it? Was it a great show?" And she went, "Oh." She said they absolutely loved it. Now, beat me being vocal coach, obviously, and Jake being around music. So I picked him up in the car and I said, "How was it, darling? Did you have a nice time?" And he went, "It's all right, Mum." I said, "What do you mean? Everybody loved it." And he went, "Singing was a bit off."
He is his mother's son.
He's chip off the old block,
He's a perfectionist.
I have to say, Aladdin confuses me. I've been looking at those lamps and rubbing them forever, and nothing comes out of them.
Look, behind you. Behind you. I just had to do that to shut you up.
Oh,
OK. Now, Christmas, of course, is the time